Welcome everyone, yours truly, Carter Rethwish, aka the Cardinal Cowboy. We had a lot of fun today. We've had interviews with a number of guest members of 7K who are sharing a little bit of their love, their affinity, what they enjoy about 7K. And they're all getting a chance to sit here in our studio, share a little bit about what they learned to appreciate, learned, and what they love most about 7K. So with that, we will have a whole video here put together for everybody. We hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for more, everybody. Giddy up. Welcome, everyone. My name is Carter Rethwish. I am the host here for our interviews with our guests from 7K Metals and some of the leaders in our community that are really helping our little planet. With me, I have Russell Evans. Russell, how are you doing today?
I'm doing just fine.
Well, Russell, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us a little bit of your background, if you would.
Yes, my name is Russ Evans, and I live in Bremerton, Washington, which is about an hour out of Seattle. I'm a bail bondsman for Kitsap County, and that's what I do during the day.
Well, tell me, what is it that led you to 7K Metals?
The bail bonds company that I owned at the time, my family decided they didn't want a part of it, so I needed to sell it. I sold it, and I took the money and put it in the stock market, and it didn't work, so I put it into 7K Metals.
And for those who aren't familiar with 7K Metals, 7K Metals is a metal sales company that will sell you top of the line gold, silver, gold eagles, and many of the coins you can see here on our table here. We've got, these are novelty coins that are very authentic and very unique. Tell me then, what has 7K done for you with regard to your membership and how you've learned to use 7K Metals to benefit what your long term?
For the easiest way I can explain it for myself is that it's taken and made me a new bank account. When I sold my business, I sold it for $10,000, and I put it in the stock market. That didn't work, and I put it into 7K Metals. That $10,000 in 5 years has grown to almost 20.
Okay, that's a good reason to be a member of 7K. So what you're saying 7K has done for you is provided you a resource, a means to invest and provide for your future.
Correct.
And how has it most impacted your bottom line and help you to plan for your future?
I have ideas of what I want to do and where I want to be, and 7K has given me those vehicles. Whether I use them correctly or not is up to me, but they've given me the vehicles to do that.
And so you believe 7K has provided you a platform to learn about investing in gold and silver, and a format, an easy method to manage your investment into metals, so you can keep them for a long term, for something that can help you provide for your future.
Correct. Very much so.
And then tell me why that has been important to you.
Well, the banks are just not giving us a whole lot. I mean, I looked at it here the other day, and the money that I have in the bank, I'm getting 50 cents a month. Wow. On $11,000, and I just, in 5 years, it's gone from 10 to almost 18. There's no comparison at all to me.
So for you, it has provided a great vehicle to provide for your future and somewhere to put some of your assets that will grow for you.
Yes, and the thing about these that I like about these assets with 7K is I own them. I manage them myself. The bank doesn't.
Makes sense. Tell me then, who do you think should be a member of 7K?
Everyone. I mean, it was mentioned a few days ago or last night when I was talking to someone that everyone should take their bank account and turn it into a 7K account because of the benefits that are there. I mean, in some cases, for me, it's a no-brainer. I know where I'm at and where it's going. Trying to help other people is sometimes hard. but I know where I'm at in relation to 7K, and I will be with them forever.
Well, thank you for your time, Russ. We appreciate it. We'll be back for more with other guests, share some of their experience with 7K. Stay tuned, everyone. Welcome our guest, Kristen Nagel. Welcome, Kristen.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, tell me a little bit about Kristen Nagel.
Yeah, I was a former nurse of 14 years. That's what I was taught to do. You get a job, head down, the pension, the benefits, all the things, never had a backup plan. And then when 2020 came along, I found myself without a job and eventually without a license, without a career. So I lost my entire nursing profession throughout 2020. And then I was homeschooling my 3 children. And I just realized I needed to do something differently. I wasn't going back to nursing. I wanted to keep staying home with my kids to homeschool them. I needed to find a way to contribute to the family income. We were finding all these ways to create more sovereignty in our lives, but the banking system, the financial was kind of the missing piece. And then answered prayer. Someone introduced me to, here we are, 7K Metals.
Well, yeah, tell me a little bit more how you were led to 7K then.
Yeah. I had spent a few years, I guess you could say, boots on the ground, kind of fighting for freedom of speech, independence, and autonomy. And there just came a point where I no longer wanted to keep fighting for freedom. I wanted to create freedom in our own lives. And I wanted to find people that were doing the same. I didn't know enough people that were really actively creating solutions, looking for a way forward, coming together as community. We know how powerful it is when people can come together and build the path forward, and doing that, linking arms. And I was praying one day and I was like, I need something that I can stay home with my kids, need something where people are actually like solution seeking, positive, thinking, like moving forward with something that would give us hope and peace of mind for our children. And 2 days later, someone called me up and said, I think this could be what you're looking for. And sure enough, it checked off all the boxes, and it was.
And here you are.
Yeah.
Tell me, what does it mean for you to be a 7K member? What does the membership do for you?
Oh gosh, where to even begin? When I first joined, it was the peace of mind. It was like, okay, this is something. This is something that we can work towards, where it's like a solution, where I can actually have that hope and peace, knowing that there's individuals that are out there paving the way forward. So it was that community aspect that kind of lifted me up and got me out of this kind of like dark place I was feeling in, of like just no options. And then that piece of financial security. Having lost my job, not knowing what I was going to do, gave us this piece that it's like, okay, we have something where we can build into something. We have something that we can, create for our children, create, legacy, actually pass something down for them, because there was a time where things were feeling fairly hopeless. So hope. Mm-hmm.
That's powerful. Tell me then, 7K, what has it actually done for you?
Oh. I've been so blessed to meet some of the most amazing people. You're going to hear from them next, some of the ones that I got to share this weekend with. I've made incredible friendships far and wide across the globe. Personal development, as I mentioned, I was a nurse, a glorified order taker. I just, went, did the job, did what I was told to do. So it's given me personal development to really like own skills where I can actually, say I'm an entrepreneur as well. So the personal development. And it's given us savings. It's given us more savings than I think we've ever had. Mm-hmm.
Tell me, who do you think should be a 7K member?
Oh gosh, shouldn't everyone have this? Yeah. But those that are open to see and ready to hear, we are, everyone needs this. And I guess for me, I present this to the mothers. Those want, something else, to stay home with their children, to create, more of a family, economy or ecosystem, what I was going for. But everyone needs this. Who doesn't need gold and silver in their lives?
Well said. Stay tuned for more, everybody. Giddy up. Hey, everybody. We've got Patty Labby in studio. Patty, I want to learn more about you. So please tell me more about yourself.
Well, I come from Connecticut by way of Florida for a couple decades, and now I'm in South Carolina for Lord knows how long, and just loving 7K, expanding my 10 pegs.
Well, that's the next question. What is that led you to 7K metals?
That's a great question. I saw a friend talking about gold and silver on Facebook, and I reached out to see what was going on, and I was told just jump on a Zoom, and by the time that the Zoom was over, I decided to get some gold and silver because I didn't have any. I'd never had any, and I didn't think I could have any.
Yeah, well, they've made it an easy way to invest in gold and silver. They make it something you can do right over the internet. It's all set up so professionally, and obviously they've got it all sanctioned, certified, and guaranteed. It makes it easy. It makes you feel more comfortable about buying it, too.
It makes it really comfortable. I mean, when I joined, it was really easy to get gold and silver, but it's even easier now, 2 years later. I'm going on 3 years now. Even easier because I can just have it drafted weekly, like Christmas Club money. Those of you who remember Christmas clubs.
The Christmas Club money. Well, yeah, they've kind of revolutionized the way
It's
some of
better.
this, but that sound money wallet has kind of changed the game.
Yeah, it has. It has changed the game big time. Because most of what I've invested in is silver, and now I'm just having money drafted for some gold. And you don't even have to think about it. It just goes out, and then I have gold. I like it.
And I just have gold. Tell me, what does being a member of 7K mean to you?
You know, it's like a it's like a community. I hate to say community because it just sounds so ordinary, but the people. I mean, I come out here to this event because I want to see my family, my friends. It's just a way to get to be with people that you just really like and know and want to be around, you know. And then on top of it, we learn about more stuff about gold and silver, and it's just been a real blessing.
Yeah, gold and silver doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It's something that you can count on. Is that true?
It hasn't gone anywhere except up in value for generations.
Tell me then, what has 7K specifically, what do you feel 7K has done for you?
Well, I'll tell you, again, I never had any gold and silver, and now I do. Saving money's not been my forte over the decades, and I've managed to save quite a bit of money in just a couple of years. And if I was saving that in dollar bills, I wouldn't have dollar bills because things come up and it's just too easy to slip through the fingers and pay for this, that, and the other thing. I refuse to spend my gold and silver.
Smart, very smart.
Yeah.
Tell me then, as we finish up here, who do you think should join 7K?
I think everybody should join 7K. Everybody should know about it and everybody should join because when you have a membership and you're just saving some gold and silver, you just forget about it and it's there. I've heard so many times, so many people over the years say, you know, I looked at my Sound Money wallet and I couldn't believe what was there. So it's not going to hurt you, it's only going to help.
Yeah, there's nobody that ever says, I have too much money in my wallet, too much gold in my savings.
Not yet.
All right, stay tuned for more, everybody. Giddy up.
Thanks.
Welcome, everyone. We have another exciting guest in studio. Sean Nugent is joining us. Sean, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you today? I've had a great trip here. We've been here about an hour, and I'm excited to be here.
And you're already, Sean, you're already on TV, right?
I'm already on TV. I know.
We're
I've
recording.
made the fame. I've made the fame.
Well, welcome to our studio here. And a couple questions. First, I want to get to know a little bit more about you. Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
So I am a Southern Louisiana girl and have a profession of a real estate agent for 23 years and a medical background. And I've been doing 7K for it'll be 3 years in October now.
Well, tell me then, what is it that led you to 7K?
Well, I had a friend of mine who contacted me and basically asked me, hey, are you looking to make some more extra money? What do you want to do with gold and silver? It was that simple. I said, well, I don't know anything about gold and silver at all. I have none, never had any, don't know who has any. I said, but making extra money is definitely a key that I would be interested in looking at. Shared the information to me for the video, and I saw the money side, the income side, and then I started realizing what gold and silver had been doing. They started sharing a little bit of history with me, giving me a little bit of education about the gold and silver, and it was that simple. It was like, man, this is something I can do. And so I just jumped right in. So
And here you are.
here I am.
Tell me, what does it mean for you to be a 7K member?
Well, I tell you what, at first, like I said, it was just a membership. It was just a friend sharing something with me to better myself. But along the way, I have made so many good friends and met people across the states that I didn't think I'd ever meet, even in other countries. I have learned through the education part that 7K has given us about the gold and the silver and the collectibles. The family that is coming, the new family I've acquired over time with these people, and the being able to go places and just help other people and share this with other people that want to do the same thing or that have a dream and a desire that can't get there because they're stuck in the same cycle of no help.
Well, I understand that. That's where we put the hat on here. But go out there, be the cowboy, and go out there and really get it done, right?
Yeah.
Tell me, what has 7K done for you specifically?
Well, 7K has allowed me to be able to save money in metals and assets and gold and silver. I've never been able to keep money in a savings account because it seems to be you always got to dig it out, because the economy keeps breaking you down. But I've been able to save a lot in collectible coins, a significant amount in collectible coins, and gold and silver is definitely holding a great portfolio for me that's growing every day. The benefit of it is growing and the value is growing every day.
Well, then tell me, what is your favorite part of 7K?
My favorite part of 7K is being able to share with people and show them how they can make some money and how they can get off the wheel, the mouse wheel that keeps going around, round and round and round, where you keep thinking, I'm gonna get a step further, and then you don't get a step further. This has given us a platform, something to work with. It's easy. They give us all the tools we need. It's upfront, and the people in this community are so helpful, and they're loving, and they want to get you where you want to go. And I'm trying to take as many people as I can with me to do the same thing.
Tell me then, as we finish up here, who do you think should join 7K?
I think anybody who is looking to change their life and to create a legacy or to create some type of wealth other than going to a daily job should be a part of this. Anybody who wants to protect their dollar bill and take it out of the bank account should be a part of this.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Giddy up.
Great being here.
Yeah,
All right.
Thank you. We have Kevin Burney in the studio right now. Kevin, welcome. Tell me, give me a little bit more of the history about Kevin Burney.
Well, I'm 60. I turned 60 in July. I've been a drywall contractor for about 42 years. I'm married, 40 years, 4 children, 9 grandchildren.
Wow.
Pretty much that's all I am in a nutshell.
Well, somebody who's been working for a long time, at some point you decided that you thought 7K Metals might be a good opportunity for you to help your family.
I had a good friend come up to me and introduced me to 7K, and it's actually, I just didn't really think that something like this would really fit me, but it actually did. I mean, we're talking about silver and gold, so I believe that fits everybody.
Silver and gold is something for everybody, most
Yes, it
people
is.
would argue. So that's what led you there. What's your involvement been so far? You've been involved for 3 years now?
I've been in 3 years. We're still pushing to get our levels up and move with the business. Of course, we got life in the way and work and family and so on. So that's what we're doing as well.
But so far, has it been something you've enjoyed?
Oh yes, we've enjoyed it immensely. Yes.
And what do you enjoy most about it?
Just the people, the gold, the silver, and the money.
All of those are good things to have part of anything you're going to be associated with. As far as the overall with 7K, what have you learned much about gold and metals?
We've learned quite a bit, yes, since we've gotten in. Obviously, more than what we knew before we got in.
And so, has that education helped you to make a plan for yourself? Somebody who's worked.
We're learning along the way. We're still going. Yeah, we are planning things along the way as we learn.
Tell me then, what has being a 7K member meant to you?
Just looking forward to the freedom that I know that we can get from it. Pretty much just looking forward to getting away from what I've been doing for the last 42 years. Is this what's going to take me to it?
And why are you so confident that you think that 7K can lead you there?
The leadership helps, and the money helps. So that'll keep me motivated to keep doing it.
Well, somebody who's worked very hard all your life, do you see now you're seeing the fruits of your labor here with 7K and the long-term benefit to you and your family?
Exactly. It will be it's a benefit so far. All my kids are involved.
And so you got 4 kids and 9 grandkids, maybe the grandkids be involved at some point, sometime?
We're hoping at some point when they get old enough, they can.
Well, 7K is a very powerful tool. It gives you a lot of resources. It helps people understand the power behind investing in precious metals. Myself, somebody who had to learn a lot about that myself, I was very well invested into stocks and mutual funds and the like, and then I started to see the performance that precious metals, especially gold and silver, have had, and I was kind of shocked. Did you find it to be kind of an enlightening moment for yourself as well?
Oh yeah, very enlightening.
What did you learn to appreciate most about it?
Just the, it's hard not to appreciate gold and silver. So I'm just going to say I appreciate gold and silver. That's what keeps me appreciated.
What would you say 7K has done for you?
Well, it's enlightened me on a lot of stuff that we didn't know until we joined. But it's also going to, it's what's going to carry me away from what I've been doing for so long. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Who do you think should be a 7K member?
Everybody.
Everybody. There you heard it from here first, everyone. Stay tuned for more. And we give a warm welcome to our next guest, Dave Burney. Dave, welcome. Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. Born and raised there. Moved to South Dakota way back in the day, 70s. Met my wife in June and here in South Dakota. And we've been together 41 years. My little brother got me in the business. And so here we are.
So your little brother's actually the one who introduced you right here to 7K.
Yes, sir.
So that's the question. How were you led here, and how did that feel when you initially started with this? What most attracted you to it?
I think the family atmosphere about what 7K is all about, doing it together as a family, and that's where we're starting with, and that's what we're doing.
And so now is the family all involved here?
Most of our family's involved, our immediate family. Yes, sir.
Very cool. Well, tell me, what does being a member really mean to you? A member of 7K, what does that mean to you?
You know, it's different for each, but I think the main thing is that you pull together and try to educate people on what's really going on in silver and gold, and that's important. People get that in front of them to understand what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, so many people don't. I didn't have an understanding. I thought
Right.
gold, silver,
Yes, sir.
and then how do you buy it, and who can you trust, and where do you get it from? And these guys, 7K has really revolutionized the way
Yes,
that
sir.
can be done. Is that true? Does it make you feel better about what you're doing?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, trust goes a long way. If you don't trust your leadership and you don't trust the downline and you don't trust who you're working for, when you put your heart and soul on what you're doing, you pull together as a leadership, you pull together as a team. That's how we get people to understand what we're doing and it benefit them and take care of each other that way.
Yeah, this is something that really can help a lot of people. Tell me specifically, what would you say, what has 7K done for you?
Well, first of all, it's given me a major education on gold and silver to recognize that our dollar is not worth anything. So we decided that I decided that we're going to put our fiat dollar into gold and silver and take care of my family that way, because the dollar, as I said, is no more, really. You stop and think about it, you be honest up front with everybody, it's not worth anything. So why would you put your money in something that's not worth anything? So we're just switching.
Taking your cash money and turning it into something you know that is worth something.
Yes, sir.
Very exciting. What would you say is your favorite part of 7K? There's a lot that goes into it. There's lots of components, but a lot of people just enjoy the camaraderie. Some people love the smart wallet.
Sound money wallet.
Sound money wallet.
Yes, sir. It will go. That's where everybody needs to go to understand and get an education there. Once they understand the education going from there, when they move up to the legacy, they're understanding all the education they get here will lead them to taking care of the kids down the road. So.
Yeah, it is something you can invest in for as long as gold and silver have been around. It's something that will allow for anybody to invest for a long time.
Yes,
also.
sir.
Who do you recommend joins 7K?
Everyone. Everyone should have gold and silver. We hear this on our Monday night calls. Everyone should have gold and silver in their hands and shout it at the mountaintop. Everybody understands and hears you that this is where we need to go. You need to understand what's going on in our world today, in our economy.
Yeah, with all the places you can put money, silver and gold is something that you can definitely count on.
Yes, sir.
Now for centuries.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned for more, everybody. Appreciate you joining us, Dave.
Thank you.
All right, get up. We have Kathy Guzzo in studio with us, everyone. Kathy, tell me about Kathy Guzzo.
Well, I'm a woman of God. I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a jeweler by trade. I had 3 retail jewelry stores in Alabama. I was the only 3-store independent jewelry chain in the state, and named after my son, right? So I had Michael Anthony Jewelers. And yeah, so my background is pretty vast. I've had multiple businesses. I've been a car dealer. I've had a drug and alcohol testing clinic. I've done multiple brick and mortar businesses, former chamber president. So I have a lot of background in traditional business.
Yeah, so the business world is not something unknown to you.
Right.
And what you have with experience, and that's relative. Then tell me then, what is it that led you to 7K Metals?
Oh my gosh, I think, Carter, this is the best collaboration of, traditional business with online marketing. When you think about what we can do, how we can take a difficult process of acquiring gold and silver. I used to help my customers do that, but now I can do it simply and easily, from the comfort of their own home, with their own membership, at a click of a mouse. Oh, I love having things simplified that were complicated. And that's exactly what 7K has done. So I think it's a piece that just resonates with everybody. For the first time in my life, I'm sharing something, in my opinion, that doesn't have a demographic. Right. It's anyone and everyone. I've had specific niches that I worked in. Like when I was in the fine jewelry business, my niche was engagement rings. That was my number 1 business. So I had a group there. And then when divorces became popular in the 70s and 80s, I got to do it again and again and again. What once was a one-time business became a multiple business, and I got the 2nd and 3rd and the 4th. So, but it was a demographic. With 7K, with gold and silver, I don't know of one person that doesn't need it. And the way it's been simplified, and we can go into 63 countries now and share this from the comfort of your own home on a Zoom. It's epic.
Tell me then, what does being a member of 7K mean to you?
It means I have, I've made money for me, and I enjoy that. But now being able to make money for other people, help them succeed, and as a result, I get my money. I was trained by the Zig himself. I had some intimate settings with Zig.
Zig Ziglar?
Yes,
Yeah.
The man, his famous quote, help enough people get what they want, and you'll get what you want. He even invited me to join him and the redhead in church, and I got to sit in their pew and join them for lunch afterward. It was just one of those epic times to meet a master, and I so agree with that philosophy, and that's what makes 7K so special. We get to do that instead of doing it just for us. We get to help other people, and because of that, that's how we get paid.
Tell me then, what has 7K done specifically for you?
Oh, well, I retired from the University of Alabama. I had a 7-year stint as a sorority house mom.
Okay.
That's a whole other story. That is, I call it my love fest. I don't have any children left on this side of heaven, so my son's friends called me Mama G. So I was Mama G again, persona, in the sorority house. And so I was able to retire from that, and I met the love of my life, and I married my ballroom dance partner. And shortly after we got married, he got a call. He came over here from South Africa, and he got a call from the company he was working with saying, effective today, we no longer need you.
Oh, wow.
So I thought, Lord, you didn't let us get together at this late stage in life for us to be broke or to worry about money. So what do you have for me? It wasn't 2 weeks. My girlfriend mentioned, I don't know, it's something gold and silver, and you need to talk to Curtis. And that was the beginning of the journey. So this meant for me that Mark and I got to stay together, stay at home, and work from home, and he helps me, and we do this together as a team. So I just love that.
Awesome. Who do you think should join 7K?
Gosh, more like who do I think should not join 7K? I honestly don't know of anyone that couldn't, that the membership wouldn't serve. From 18 to 80, I have to expand that now that I'm 70, 18 to 100. Young, old, whether they just need to collect a little bit of, dollar cost average, put a little bit back in gold and silver, on an ongoing basis, or whether they want to build a team and build an income, whatever they want to do. Or just if they have a 401k and they want to transition it into precious metal. I really don't know of one person that wouldn't benefit from a membership.
You heard it from Kathy, everyone. Stay tuned. Giddy up. We have Laura Riddick in the building today. Laura, tell me some more about yourself.
I've been a single mom for a really long time. I have 4 kids. I left a career in banking in IT for financial institutions, so 23 years of that. And now I'm going on to new adventures.
Well, tell me a little bit about what is it that led you to 7K?
Working from my home in the corner of my dining room was getting to me in 2020. We went home to work and I was feeling really lonely and crazy things were happening in the world. And on a walk with a friend, she said, I'm selling my house. I'm moving to the bush, like to a lake, and I'm going to build another house, but I don't want to leave my money in the bank. And it got me really panicky because I'd been working on the Canadian government regulations, looking at all the new data that's going into the credit cards and debit cards and wire transfers and all the information they need to collect about deposits and withdrawals. And I realized something was terribly wrong. And at that time, I was just doing my job. But when she said that, I thought, what am I going to do if I lose my job? What am I going to do if I have to sell my house? Where am I going to put my money? And that was where like the spark started. And I just started to pray to God, what am I going to do? Like, what is the answer to this problem?
And then you found 7K.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a member of 7K to you?
It was amazing. I heard a very simple presentation on a podcast and thought, that's my answer. It just absolutely occurred to me that that's what I would do. And I looked for a friend who was sharing information about gold and silver online already and said, I hope this is the company that you are sharing. I need a membership. And I just got my membership, started saving gold and silver, didn't necessarily want to talk to anyone about it. I was really busy. And it was about 3 months later I started sharing, and it's been amazing.
Great story there. Appreciate you sharing it. What does 7K what has it done for you, would you say?
I've been able to convert more money into savings in the form of gold and silver than any other time in my whole entire life. So I've been involved with my membership for 3 years, and I've never saved that much money in a 3-year period ever.
Right. So the savings is there. Learning about metals is something that's helped you with. Is this kind of a good plan it's helped you to implement for you and your future and your family?
I think it's huge. I think it's just the beginning, honestly. And the community that we've built around people looking for solutions and like-mindedness and, you know, Christian people coming to Christ, all of those things are really important to me in my life. And this allows me to have that vehicle to do it.
And has that helped you and your family to grow and to learn and to now plan better for your future?
I would say that I'm planning better for my future. My family's a little slow on the uptake, but I'm not giving up.
Well, something that can be shared with everyone, something that you know that a lot of people can benefit from. Who do you think should be a 7K member?
I've heard a lot of people saying if you have a checking and savings account, you need a gold savings account. And I think that's the tact I'm going to take in the future. Coming from banking, I know those accounts aren't worth anything. They have too much control on them, and we need something separate, and this is a great alternative solution.
There you have it. More information coming your way. Stay tuned for more, everyone. Giddy up. We have Debbie McDonald in the building, everyone. Welcome, Debbie.
Hi.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. I'm excited about 7K, but my background is first and foremost in the beauty industry for many years, where I did a lot of travel. And I was introduced to the network marketing concept and was looking for something that could replace that corporate income and give me a little bit more freedom as far as travel. I wanted to travel when I wanted to, not when I had to.
Right.
So I was introduced to network marketing about 25 years ago and just fell in love with the industry, with the people, and with the ability to touch other people's lives in such a positive way and really give hope. I think that's what any company in network marketing sells, is hope. That's what we offer.
Right. Well, it's a great opportunity to help people, especially with what 7K is doing. Tell me, what is it that led you here to 7K specifically?
My passion for silver and gold. When my love of the direct sales industry, I saw that was partnered with silver and gold, there was absolutely no way I could say no to 7K. I was really at a time in my life where I was in a semi-retirement mode and wasn't really looking for anything else. But a friend called and said, hey, it's silver and gold. And I had been passionate about acquiring precious metals for many, many years. So it was an absolute natural for me to say yes. And then, of course, 7K with the Sound Money wallet has taken the ability to own silver and gold not only to a whole new level, but made it much more available to the masses. So I find that very exciting.
Well, tell me then, what does being a member of 7K really mean to you?
You know, what I think it allows me to do is really help transform people's lives, because I think owning silver and gold truly is transformational. And at the same time, we offer a compensation plan that allows someone to create significant income and, again, transform their life that way as well. So most network marketing companies are transactional. 7K is transformational.
Powerful words there. Write that one down. Transformational. Is that what we said?
Write that down.
I write that down.
Write that down, buddy.
then tell me, what specifically has 7K done for you?
You know, it's always a community, I think, in a direct sales company. I think that's one of the biggest draws for anyone, is being part of a like-minded community. And at a time in my life when I really needed something to focus on, it gave me something to get passionate about again. And without passion, there is no purpose. So I love that about 7K.
Do you feel that 7K is the opportunity for anyone in particular, or who would you recommend should be a member of 7K?
You know, I can honestly say I would have said yes about any company, but I think with 7K, it's a big yes, because there's not a single person in this world that doesn't need to own precious metals, doesn't need to protect their wealth with silver and gold. And in the crazy world we're living in, and another stream of income is also great for any and everyone. So 7K is for anybody.
7K checks all the boxes, everybody.
Yes, it does.
Stay tuned. We'll be back. We've got Ron Martell in the building. Ron, I would love to learn more about you. Tell me a bit more about yourself.
Yeah, I'd like to learn a little bit about myself as well. I'm Ron Martell from a suburb of Memphis, Tennessee, and I've been in many, many different phases of business, from sports to information technology and anything in between. I started out as a communications consultant and worked all the way up to doing cybersecurity. In cybersecurity, you can't secure anything. So it's a pretty interesting job. And then a friend of mine said, we're going to Texas one night, we're going to talk to a lady about an opportunity in silver and gold. I said, I'm scared of silver and gold, I can't afford it. And keep those two words in mind, can't afford, it's pretty cool. We took a look, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I said, this is probably the best opportunity to ever come down the pike. And I said, I'm retired now, and you can actually earn some money doing this? And they said, yeah. I said, great. Hey, I'm all for that. How do I get started? And that's the way it happened. And here I am. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. And it's interesting when I look back at the different things I've done. I met Tim Bumpus when I first hit the Memphis area. We had something in common. It was called the Harley Davidson. And I didn't know I was going to end up as a contractor for him, training people to ride Harleys. But I did that for 17 years. 12 of them was with Tim. And it's been very, very interesting. I found that the different sports that I got into, I became very, very good at, all but one. And there's 4 I have. And I've been a success in all of the things I've done. I've worked very, very hard at it. I just can't play golf very, very well. You know?
Golf is one of the toughest out there.
Well, it's crazy. They say you have to think your way through it. I said, you're hitting the ball to a hole. Come on. Skiing down mountains is not a problem. I've trained people for skiing for over 37 years. Training people to ride motorcycles, again, it's easy. It's a risk thing, but risk is everywhere, even in gold and silver. It's kind of an interesting aspect of anything you do. There's risk in it.
Sure.
And, if you can accept some risk, it's great. But,
Proven track record with gold. A lot of people do like the history of it. Would you say that's true?
People love gold, and I think, when I see people talking about their jewelry and so forth, is it more than that? Yeah, they'd love to own gold, but remember the two words I've mentioned: if I can't afford it. Well, when I came into the 7K deal, I looked at it and I said, I can't afford not to do this. I said, there's nobody out there that can pass this up. And yet they do. We have a little skit that they do with the Hershey bar and the $20 gold piece. And a few months ago, maybe I would have taken the Hershey bar because everybody's afraid to be scammed. But boy, I'll tell you, I'll take the Hershey bar, and we'll talk about more gold and silver.
Tell me then, what has 7K done for you?
It's given me an opportunity to be a coach again. You see, people really need to understand that gold and silver is really the commodity that is called money. And this paper is called probably scrap. But we'll be nice, we'll call it currency. But there's a big difference with gold and silver. And when you can make it affordable for people to move up in the gold and silver world, that is really what it's all about. Again, I mentioned, I've been successful as a ski instructor. I've been successful in information technology. And success in this business is helping people.
Tell me then, who is it do you think that should join 7K?
There's no one out there that should not be a member of 7K. And there's no one out there that can say, hey, I can't afford it, because 7K invites you to take a look at an affordable way to change your life. And I think that's what it's all about.
Well said. Thanks for visiting with us.
Thank you very much.
Giddy up. We are in studio with Robert Gibson. Robert, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. I'm born and raised. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. Joined the Marine Corps in 1980, and so I've been out west here for 40 plus years. I'm a husband, father, grandfather, and so it's been a blessing. I'm just having a lot of fun.
Well, tell me then, how did you initially become introduced to 7K?
Well, I was actually called by a friend. I was invited to meet. We had, worked together in a previous business, and I just wanted to see her. I hadn't seen her in 10 years, so we got together, and she shared it with me. And for that, man, I can tell you, I'm truly grateful for that invitation.
Well, then tell me a little bit more about what do you believe, what does 7K mean to you now that you've been a member for a while?
Well, first and foremost, it's been a great education. I was 60 years old before I knew anything about gold and silver, and it was because of the invitation. But 7K has allowed me to become educated, to learn more, and just acquire assets. So it's been a blessing.
Tell me then, what has 7K specifically done for you, and what do you enjoy most about being a member of 7K?
Well, that's it. My wife and I, have truly been educated. We've met a lot of people. It's our environment has just expanded to where it is really conducive to learning. We've acquired more assets than we've ever had in the gold and silver space, and just being able to purchase it, and have it and liquidate it, if necessary. But it's allowed me to basically build my legacy and have more savings and learn more about preserving my wealth than anything.
Has 7K helped you to feel more secure with your future?
Absolutely. Yes, it has. I have the ability to, to share, build a business and create a passive income doing so. And so that has been great. That has been great.
Who do you feel should be a member of 7K?
Everyone. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, anybody in their right mind understand, anybody taking the time to increase their financial IQ and understand what money is about, how it works, and I mean, just to know what you go to work for and understand what you go to work for, understand how it works is, is priceless.
Write that one down, everyone. Your financial IQ. Thank you very much, Robert, for joining us. We'll be back. Giddy up. Hey, everyone. We've got Val Ferraro here in studio to talk with us a little bit about your background and your involvement with 7K. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how that ties into what you're doing now.
I'm retired. I live in Greenville, South Carolina. And I was just like, since I'm retired, I'm like, I got to do something to fill my time. And a friend of mine talked to me about this business. And I started looking at it and I said, makes sense. It makes sense. I've been involved in a few other network marketing type things. And this made more sense than anything I've ever done. So that's why I'm here.
So gold and silver, that got you a little bit excited, very tangible, very realistic. What is it that gets you most excited about what you're being able to help people with?
Well, I'm excited because, like the last person you interviewed, I always had bank accounts, but there was never anything in them, ever. So now I can't say that. Now at least I have an emergency fund. If I have to fall back on something, I have something to fall back on.
Yeah, well, gold is helping people to understand, especially as being a member of 7K. What led you to 7K Metals specifically?
Well, like I said, I was looking for something. I was bored.
Okay.
Being retired, I'm not one that likes to sit still too much. So I, like I said, started looking around and came across this and had a friend that said, yeah, this is something I think you would like. And I didn't know anything at all about gold or silver or the value or collectibles. So once I started learning, I've totally fallen in love with all the collectibles. That's my thing.
We've got a lot of those here too, everybody. We can show off some of these, but a lot to be learned and a great variety of awesome coins that they have. Tell me, what does it mean to you to be a member of 7K?
Well, what it means to me is I feel like I'm in a community of people who are like-minded, and it feels really good to be around that community because everybody is really positive and loving and helpful. Everybody is very genuinely wants to help each other. Where in corporate America, that doesn't happen.
Been there myself. Mm-hmm. Tell me specifically, though, what would you say that 7K has done for you?
What it's done for me is changed my financial future for sure. Like I said, I've had bank accounts, but they were always empty. They're not now, so.
It's nice to have bank accounts that aren't empty.
Exactly.
That would be a great way to live your life. What is your favorite part of 7K?
My favorite part of 7K is getting together like this with all of the community and the group that we're with. I especially love this group of people and learning about them and getting to know all of them. And I feel like they're family, all of them. I like the way 7K has nurtured that family atmosphere. I like that a lot.
What would you say, is it true that 7K, is it for everyone? Or who is it for?
I wouldn't say it's for everyone. You're always going to get someone that's going to, I don't need any gold and silver. But I would say it's for those who are needing help, and want to figure out a way to get out of the rat race or get, themselves into a better situation.
Well, thank you for your time, and we appreciate you saying hi to us in our studio here. We'll be back, everybody. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
We have Lachelle Lowe in studio here. Lachelle, tell us about yourself.
I'm Lachelle Lowe. I live in Dallas, Texas. I grew up in Canada. I lived in California, and now I'm in Texas. And I am a CPA, an inactive CPA, and I work at a large corporation still. So I do that. And I also have a number of businesses on the side. 7K is one of them.
Well, you enjoyed business then, obviously. What is it that you felt led you to 7K?
Actually, 7K, a friend introduced me to it, and I wish she had told me about it before, because I ended up I knew back in 2013 that I needed to buy gold and silver, but I didn't know where or how, and it was kind of scary, and there was a lot of sketch going to pawn shops and stuff. And I didn't know, and as being a woman, I feel like people take advantage of you. So in 2021, I ended up buying some, and after I bought it, they said, oh, by the way, this won't get there for 6 weeks. And it showed up 4 months later. And I was like, oh my gosh, I sent the whole bunch of money, and what if I never get what I got? And I had some friends who'd had similar experiences with crypto, so I was a little bit nervous. I was grateful when it showed up. And then later that year, I decided that with the economy and things, the way things were going, I should probably move some of my 401k into gold and silver. And I did, and I had a terrible experience. And it's one of the companies that lots of people would actually see because they advertise a lot. A lot of people have used them, and they ended up taking 40% of my money, and I lost a lot of money. And that was, I had been working all these years, and so I was pretty mad about that, and it was horrible. And if the person who introduced me to it, if they had told me about it, because I knew them, and they were in here before, but I'm not sure I would have listened, is the thing. So that was a really, 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 really big motivator for coming into 7K, because I felt good about it. It was kind of weird, at first I thought, what about the collectibles? But I had bought collectibles on my own, and I had bought silver and gold on my own also. So I knew what it was like buying it and I'd done all the research because of my financial background. I called all the people, asked all the questions, did everything. I thought I'd done all the research. And then when I got hosed, I was really upset. Really, really upset.
Wow. So tell me, what does being a member of 7K mean to you?
Being a member of 7K, there's so many different components to 7K. The part I actually like the best is the community, and I love some of the benefits that we have. I love being able to you have collectibles right here. I love taking the collectibles and being able to just scan it and know that I have it all inventoried. I don't have to sit there and worry about, well, where is it, or which ones do I have, because I have that for some of my other things. I love Sound Money Wallet. I have this ritual. Sound Money Wallet is my favorite benefit or perk that comes with your 7K membership. And I have a ritual that every Thursday when I get paid, I go in and I buy a certain amount of gold and a certain amount of silver. And I've given myself a raise twice this year. I just gave myself a raise about a month ago because someone was talking about tithe, and I said, okay, we're going up another 10%. And I'm glad, because the last month, between yesterday and today, it went up 1.43% in one day.
That's a big jump for just one day.
Yeah, one day.
Well, tell me then, who do you think should join 7K?
I think everybody should join, but most people don't know that they should join. I think that they're probably like me, where they don't know who to trust, they don't know how to do it, they're afraid of it. It's unusual, like the Sound Money Wallet, you can buy fractional amounts. I'm not buying, with the silver, I'm buying a few ounces every single week. But with the gold, I have still not even got since I started doing this, I still don't even have a whole ounce because the price of gold keeps going up. So I still keep putting the same amount in every single week, but it's getting there. And I'm not worried about it. And sometimes it takes a big nosedive, and sometimes, like the last 3 months, it's going right to the sky, and that's the way I want it to be.
She's excited. Stay tuned for more, everybody. Hey, everybody, I've got my friends Mike and Dory Schlegel in studio. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Well, I would just like to learn a little bit more about each of you. Dory, start us off. Tell me a little bit about your background so we get to know you a little bit.
Okay, we're from Macon, Missouri. We've been married 43 years, 2 daughters, 2 sons-in-laws, and 4 perfect grandchildren.
4 perfect grandchildren, she said there. That's pretty exciting. Mike, you've been part of this journey. How's it been for you?
Oh, it's been great, buddy. I'm married up, and it's been beautiful, and the kids and grandkids are so perfect because they're like her, so it's all gold. Good.
Smart man. He says, because they're like her. Good job. Well, tell me, what led you guys to 7K?
Well, we were looking at buying gold and silver. We had invested in a lot of other things and was doing well, but we knew the dollar was collapsing, and we were looking for a place to buy. And coincidentally, a friend of mine, Curtis Harland, called me and he said, "Hey, you doing anything gold and silver?" And I said, "No, but we want to be." And so he said, "We need to get together," and he did, and we started buying gold and silver, and it's been awesome.
Well, yeah, it's a pretty powerful system they put together and a great organization. Dory, tell me from your perspective, what does 7K members, what do they get by being a member?
Oh my goodness, the access that we have to rare collectibles, as well as silver and gold eagles and bars, it's amazing.
Yeah, they give you such an easy way to access gold and silver in a way that you know something that you can count on. Is that fair to say? But I'd like each one of you, Mike, start off with you. Tell me, what has 7K done for you specifically?
Well, it's expanded our portfolio immensely. We've invested pretty heavily in gold and silver over the last 5 years, and if you're paying attention to the markets, you know it's gone up exponentially, and it's been a good thing. So yeah, great.
Been pretty exciting, yeah. To see the gold this last year has done incredible. I won't say any numbers in our record here, but go check that out. You can see it's just unbelievable.
Yes.
Outperformed so many other ways that many people try to invest. Dory, what about you? What has 7K done for you?
Well, I would say for the stage of life that we are in, being able to put together some legacy wealth that we can leave not just to our children, but our grandchildren and hopefully generations to come.
Well, it's just an incredible organization, and we're very excited to have everybody come in here. Share with us a little bit of their perspective on it, and tell us a little bit what they enjoy. If you could tell us any one particular favorite part of 7K, what is the favorite part that you have?
I think for me, it's the Sound Money wallet and the fact that people can buy fractionally, no minimums, and so it makes it available to any and every household.
Yeah, that 7K Sound Money wallet is revolutionary.
Yep.
It's really changed the game. Mike, what do you enjoy most?
Yeah, my thing is it's so easy to make money with this thing. If you it's work, but it pays better than anything I've ever seen. If you're willing to put out some effort, you make money, and I don't care where you're at in the economic chain. It doesn't matter if you're dirt poor, if you're wealthy. It's still a great opportunity to make money, and anybody can get in the game because, like she said, we have fractional buying. So most people don't have $4,000 laying around to buy an ounce of gold. But if they want to buy an ounce of gold, over time they can do that. So, you buy $1 worth or $10 worth, whatever you can afford. You can set up where we call it forced savings. You can do an automatic debit every week, and it goes in to your Sound Money wallet. Once you have enough money there to pay for an ounce of gold, they'll ship it to you or they'll store it for you. Can't do that anywhere else.
Like I said, an amazing system. Awesome what they've set up and make it easy for just about anybody. If you guys could recommend anyone in particular, or do you think this is generally for everybody? Is 7K really for anybody?
Absolutely.
Dory, you agree with that?
Absolutely. There's something here for everyone. And not only that, but we're having a lot of fun.
Stay tuned for more, everybody. Giddy up. We're in studio with another 7K member, Jack Hay. Jack, tell us what it is that you enjoy about 7K.
I looked at 7K as an opportunity to leave a legacy for my grandchildren. Susie and I are raising 3 grandchildren, and they, when we got them, they were 4, 5, and 14. And I was looking for a vehicle that would let me be able to have a good, substantial side income and leave something for these kids once I'm gone.
Well, that's a great motive to join an organization that's doing such work. Give me a little bit more about your background and where you came from.
I have been in sales and management for a long, long time. I was managing a mobile home dealership, and my owner and partner, Donnie Fountain, he got dementia. And when he passed away, the kids wanted to sell the business, and I was looking for something to replace that income. And that's where I found 7K.
And so what was the connection there that led you to 7K?
One of my friends, a little rodeo cowboy named Ronnie Paul Waldrop, he called me up and said, I think I found something that would be great for you and leave something for these babies once you're gone. So I looked at it, got excited because it was gold and silver. I have a jewelry background, so I thought there was nothing like it.
Tell me then, what has 7K done for you?
It's given me a chance to earn a nice side income. It also has given me a chance to collect some rare vintage coins that I can leave to these kids as well, and build up swap some of my fiat dollars for gold and silver.
And why do you think that is so important?
The dollar keeps going down. It buys less and less. Gold and silver tend to keep up with inflation. One of the examples that my friend used was an old Mustang. I bought my wife a '66 Mustang convertible. Brand new, you could buy that for about $3,500 or 3,500 ounces of silver. Now $3,500 wouldn't even buy a set of tires for that car. But 3,500 ounces of silver would probably buy 2 of them. So I thought that was a great example, and it shows that gold and silver has held its value throughout the ages.
Well, then, as we finish up here, as a member, what does it mean to you have this membership available, and who do you think you can refer us to help?
I think anybody could use the knowledge that gold and silver is a good place to put your money. And also, a lot of people are looking for hope and opportunity, and this gives somebody the opportunity to build a business of their own and the hope that they are getting something that will last for a long, long time.
And finally, who do you think should be a member of 7K?
I think everybody would benefit by having a 7K membership.
And what is the biggest benefit you think that people gain by having this kind of a membership?
I think the biggest benefit is the chance to grow their assets, and also to be a part of a community of people that are like-minded. It's a wonderful brotherhood and sisterhood of people that we've become a part of.
Would you agree that the information that they share and the performance that they can help you to understand with gold and silver with regard to its appreciation can help just about anyone?
Anyone.
Stay tuned for more, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Yuri Melendez in studio here. Yuri, welcome to the studio.
Man, thank you, man. In St. Louis, New Jersey, and St. Louis, I haven't been here in 20 years. It's beautiful, man. Thank you for having me in your show, brother.
Absolutely. Well, we are looking for those leaders in our organization. Your 7K has become very popular, and I've been a member now for a long time myself. Tell me a little bit more about your background and where you came from and what led you here.
Absolutely, man. We were just kind of talking in the back end. With spirit-led, man. I believe in divine intervention. My wife and I actually own a private school called Sinai Christian Academy. That's our labor of love, elementary, middle school, and high school. And we got really affected during COVID. We lost 50% of our students. And during that time, we really thought we were going to lose our ministry. But we knew about gold and silver from different vendors, but I didn't know that 7K existed. And I got a call from Madiba Thompson, a friend out of Oregon. You know who he is.
I know Madiba, yeah.
And he actually called me during the precise time. I don't believe in coincidence. I was at the post office selling a 10-ounce gold bar that I purchased from different vendors for $11,000. I ended up selling it for $19,000, doing it the old-fashioned way with a broker.
Right.
Yeah. And he's like, no, man, there's a company out of Boise, Idaho that came up with a technology called the Sound Money Wallet. And what it does is it allows you to liquidate the gold that you really have back to cash. And I told him it don't exist. He says it does. I said, well, then put me on the phone. I need to speak to someone. Imagine COVID, everything shut down. Who do you trust? Right. So he puts me on the phone with Josh Anderson.
Yeah.
And I told him, hey, listen, I got all this gold and silver, man. I need a way to convert it. You know, like his backstory is crazy and how I had all this gold. And I ended up sending 4 ounces. I already shipped out. I already made the deal. I couldn't go back, so I let that deal go. So I ended up 4 ounces to 7K just to see the process. And I never forgot. I tracked it like a hawk. FedEx, hey, someone in your office named Tanya signed the package. He's like, Mr. Melendez, we received your gold. Everything looks good. Within 1 hour, your money will be available. My mouth dropped, man. Cowboy, my mouth dropped. So what did you say? Your money will be available within 1 hour. Obviously, 24 hours later, then it'll be in an account. I still didn't receive the other money from the 10-ounce gold bar that I sold. So that money allowed me to pay the bills, keep the ministry afloat. Tell me about that. So at that point, man, I tell everybody, you know, I believe God's timing. He gave me a solution to be able to solve the problem that I needed at that immediate time. And guys, man, you know, they call me Pastor Yuri as well because I do God's work, God's business, man. I said, Lord, what do you want me to do with the information that you've given me? And that's when he says, you know, get it out to my people as fast as you can. So for 5 years, man, been going out there spreading the message that this program exists, that everybody needs it. Everybody in the world's going to need it. They just don't know it exists. And I thank you for doing a great job of getting the message out.
Well, that's what we're here to do, is share what it is and those things that help our little planet and the organizations that are doing so. What would you say 7K has done for you?
It saved our ministry, changed our lives, allowed us to continue being community leaders, keep our school afloat. When everything was shut down, every business around New Jersey was closing, and they couldn't figure out how 7K actually not only helped us save our school, but the income that we were able to generate by sharing the message allowed us to keep the goal that we already had and just live off of that during over 18 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so it saved our school, brother.
There you go. That's a story for everyone.
Saved our ministry, guys.
What does being a 7K member mean to you?
Man, it's a mission. It's a mandate. I didn't do this for money. I did it because I'm very obedient to the word, and he told me to get this message out to the people. And that's what we've been doing. We've been going to communities, every state, churches, pastors, just sharing the message, let them know, prepare themselves to what's to come. There's a transition coming, and there's a warning. And sometimes I feel like Noah. Hey, listen, build the ark, rain is coming. That's how I feel like at times, just trying to get this message out. Yeah.
Well, that leads to another important question. Who do you think should be a member of 7K?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody. Like yesterday. Everybody. Everybody who currently has a savings account. If the purpose is to save, then you need a sound money wallet and you need a 7K membership, period. Everybody needs it. If the purpose is to save, right?
Sure.
But if there's silent inflation killing your money, there's a hole in your savings account.
Right.
What are we doing? 7K allows us to now transition, take our sound money wallet and convert it to gold and silver, have it physical, store it, or have it delivered to your house. Brother, you know the numbers. You see what's happening.
Yeah, if you look at the most recent in the history of gold, it's amazing, and it outperforms so much more what people are told to invest in.
Yeah.
And great resource, and 7K has made this accessible for everyone.
Yeah, I tell people 7K is like the future. It's the future of where we're heading, where we're doing business, and I always try to relate it with all the companies that you and I now using. For example, what changed everything? Uber disrupted the whole transportation field. Right. Nobody knew what an Uber. Who takes taxis anymore?
Yeah.
Airbnbs disrupted the whole hotel industry. Who does hotels? I mean, I'm actually at a hotel today. I'm usually at Airbnbs.
Right.
All right. So that, or the best one, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Right. But this is a hybrid version, actually backed by the real gold and silver, tangible, something that's physical. And now we make it practical. Now we can actually make transactions with it. Brother, I'm excited. Like, I'm being cool, but Cowboy, I'm ready to yell with you, man. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to be cool in the interview, but I'm excited of what we have our hands on. This is Netflix in the beginning against Blockbuster. Nobody believed in Netflix, and now Netflix has over 900 million subscribers. And it disrupted the whole way we do TV, streaming. And Blockbuster was in every corner and had the opportunity to buy them twice. Well, this is what 7K is doing, and Sound Money Wallet is disrupting the holding gold and silver.
You heard it here first, everyone. Stay tuned for more, everybody. Yep. And we have Jan Boudreau joining us in the studio. Jan, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
I am a former public education teacher in Canada and resigned in 2022. And my husband and I and our 2 kids, we've been living in Nicaragua since 2022.
Tell me a little bit more about that. Education, obviously important to you, and a career path. Is that what you're doing in Nicaragua as well?
No, from a different standpoint, I homeschool my 2 children and stay home with them when my husband travels for work. He's a helicopter pilot. And I've been enjoying absolutely my time with my kids and getting that back.
Exciting life.
Yeah.
Tell me what it is that led you to 7K.
What led me to 7K was someone reaching out to me in Nicaragua who was a Canadian, and I went to an in-person small gathering, and at the end of the gathering I said, this is something I need to be learning more about. Of course, you can take a teacher out of the classroom, but the education never leaves. And afterwards I said, okay, I know nothing about this. I had heard snippets of it from the Freedom Convoy and the freezing of bank accounts, and came home to my husband and said, I need to do this. Something's calling me. I need to do this.
Well, that's pretty exciting. What does being a member of 7K really mean to you?
So many things. In the past year and a half, I have done more personal development, been on more trips than I have in the past, and these trips are connecting me with amazing people all around. Connections to other countries, to people I probably wouldn't have crossed paths if I'd just stayed teaching.
So it's been kind of an event for you, a life-changing event, would you say?
Of course, totally.
That has given you quite a bit more of a larger extent to explore, especially the way gold medals
Yes.
help families to plan and save for their future.
Yeah.
Tell me then, what specifically would you say 7K has done for you?
7K has allowed me to lose so much fear in regards to learning about finances and money, things that I was not taught as a child. And when I went into education, my dream was always to help children, to help everyone, and to see people succeed. And when I left teaching, I thought I was going to lose that part of me. But when 7K arrived, and with everything that I've done, it's allowed me to still be an educator, but in a different form. So I'm now educating my own kids and removing the fear and the stigma around money and finances, gold and silver. It wasn't talked about. It wasn't normal conversation. So now my kids are understanding and learning along with me, and it's beautiful.
What have you learned specifically about gold and metal and how you save it, and what 7K helps you with?
So many options that just even understanding what gold and silver is, had no previous knowledge of that, and allowing us to see the opportunities with it. My kids are all over learning about coins now, and they enjoy seeing what there is to get your hands on, and just the knowledge of that there is another option, and that it doesn't have to be scary.
True. As we finish up here, who do you think should be a member of 7K?
Of course, everyone. From everything that I've learned, it needs to be, but it's for those especially who want another option and who want to remove that fear based with it, so that you can feel more in control and know that what you're doing will help you, help others, help your family, help friends. And you never know when one door closes, what that window can do on the other side and let you experience. So,
well, thank you very much for joining us. Stay tuned, everyone. I've got Tim Bumpus in the studio. Tim, I would like to learn more about you. Tell me something more about yourself.
Great. Yeah, my name's Tim Bumpus. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and I've been an entrepreneur for a very long time. I've been a Harley-Davidson dealer for 39 years. In fact, I just recently retired from there, but always looking for another form of income without another job. I've been an insurance agent for 30 some odd years, and I like the residual income comes off that on renewals and stuff.
Right.
Plus we have some rental properties, so you get some income off of that. So I'm always looking for something that will pay me without having to go punch a clock and work another 40, 50, 60 hours. I don't want to do that. And so been doing that, run across 7K about 3 years ago, and I saw a couple things. The main thing I saw was another form of income without having to have another job. I've been in network marketing before for the last, 14, 15 years. But when I saw that had silver and gold involved, which you can't have a better product than that, right?
Right.
Everybody's looking for it. I never had any because, for one thing, I didn't know who to trust or where to go get it, or who to buy it, and what would I do with it if I needed to cash it out. So I didn't know anything about that. But I saw the income side, so that's what got me pumped up about it. But then I started getting some of these collectible coins and buying some silver and gold, and been just amazed by how that's done so far. So we're really pumped up about being part of 7K.
Yeah, it's an exciting organization, and I'm proud to be a member of it as myself. But tell me, what does being a member of 7K really mean to you?
Well, it's we're part of a great group of people, and I love that part about it. But to have something that I can put away for me on a rainy day, or my kids or grandkids, that's an asset that I'm buying, not a product. I don't look at it as a product. In fact, I don't even really look at it as buying it. I'm changing money over that's losing power, and then getting silver and gold. In fact, looking back in the last 3 years, the price of silver, just amazing how much it's jumped up. And so, and it's just continuing to do it every day. And I think my belief is it'll do it for a long time. So we're set up in many different ways. So pumped
Yeah,
up about
it's
it.
pretty exciting if you look at the history of gold. Yeah,
Right.
there's not much like it in the history of the world. It's done so well. And last, if you compare it just to the other investment opportunities out there, this is one of the best you'll
It
find.
absolutely is. Yep.
Tell me, what is 7K specifically? What do you feel like it has done for you?
Well, like I say, I'm putting away assets for my future or my kids' future, and excited for where that's going. But really, an easy way to buy silver and gold, put it away, and be able to cash it when you need it. And so I look at it as retirement that I get to hold on to myself and cash it when I want to. And so you got full control over it with somebody that's very trustworthy. I've been to the headquarters and met the people and checked out a lot of stuff and just pumped up about being with a good company.
There we go. Community stuff. That's when we put the cowboy hat on. Tell me, what of all the different things that are brought together by 7K, what is your favorite part of 7K?
I think it's the camaraderie of the people. You know, you get to meet a lot of people, and I've been just amazed by that. The number of people that help each other. They don't get a monetary reward for it, other than, you know, if you're in the same group together. But that's not a big deal. I think the big deal is you just got a network of people that we all help each other, and I think that's what it's about. It just gives you a bigger family out there, if you will.
A bigger family. Well, we're always looking for somebody that we can learn to know and trust, and,
You're right.
and that's really what it's about.
You're right.
Who do you think should join 7K?
You know, I think it's for everybody. I've had people say, well, I really can't afford silver, or definitely can't afford gold. But what they don't know is you can buy $1 worth of gold.
Right.
And I've asked people, what does it cost? Well, I don't know. And it's funny, in the motorcycle business, we went through the same thing. People come in and say, I really can't afford your product. I said, how much does it cost? Well, I don't know. So I said, that's the point exactly. If you don't know how much it is, how do you know you can't afford it? And with this company, you can go out and spend $5, $10, $1 million. It don't matter. You can buy what you want when you want it. And so everybody can afford it. And it's just a way, you know, every time they devalue with the dollar, and it's been happening a lot. If you go to the grocery store, you'll see it don't have that value, but silver and gold does. And so to have a precious metal that's doing great, and it's good around the world. And so that's exciting.
Well said. Thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thank
we'll
you.
be back. So I'll give a little bit about my background and where I'm from and what led me here, but I really just enjoy helping other people. I guess a lot of people may be familiar. I created this Cardinal Cowboy character many years ago, and it's kind of taken off. So as a baseball player, somebody that really was expected to make it. A lot of my coaches told me I had what it took. Then I got hit by a drunk driver, ended up in a coma. Then I'm pulling a ventilator out of my own throat. But I was fortunate to have some good support, and we ended up getting a decent little settlement, not much compared to normal settlements you may see these days. But my dad, who has his PhD in academic finance, said to me, Carter, what do you need to do to be a millionaire? What do you need to do to be retired? And that would be to take this money and investment. So that's when I learned the power behind investments and where they can grow if they mature, if they're invested properly. Man, if I'd have put all my money back in gold when I got this money back when I was 19 years old, boy, the world would be a little different for me now. But I learned about that and then moved on and became familiar, and I ran into my buddy Curtis again. I said, Curtis, what are you up to? What are you doing these days? And he says, hey, I'm working on this thing called 7K Metals. You should check it out. I signed up, decided to get in as a member, but didn't really work the business. Then I checked with Curtis a couple years later, and he says, Carter, I'm doing great things, making quite a bit of money, helping a lot of people. When I saw the results and I saw what he was doing to help people, that's when I decided, okay, this is my opportunity to really take this on and help a lot of people. I already knew what properly investing in the right financial vehicles could do for you. And gold, if you look at what it's done over history, and silver as well, it really is a great means to help people to put money away in something that they can count on. If you look at the history of gold, it's pretty amazing. So being a member has helped me in many ways. I've made many new friends. I've got to run around in the community and talk to and meet a lot of great people. I got to go to the Salmon River Lodge and enjoy a lot of the fun there. You can see our hat here I got from the Salmon River Lodge, and I just really have now developed a great sense of a great group of people who are like-minded. I like the way people say that. But at the same time, I'm doing as much as I can to help people invest and make some money while I'm doing it. I'm just watching the way my gold is appreciated. It's really been great for me as a member. And so what it's done for me is helped me to go off and do what I love. Again, investing, make some money, but also helping people along the way. And as somebody who's overcome a coma, lucky to be alive, began to realize I can have a lot of power granted to me because I did survive when they expected I would not. And so now I get to turn around and help people to be motivated, find their path, never give up, and maybe invest in some gold for their own sake, for their long-term benefit. And that's really what 7K has done for me. My 7K favorite, the piece that I enjoyed the most has got to be that Sound Money wallet, because how many people don't understand where they can liquidate and transfer money so quickly and have access, but having that money grow. There's so many people, they just have a basic checking account that's getting them 0.5% or less. If you just take your same money, instead of putting it in that account that's earning you less than 0.5%, put it in the Sound Money wallet, let it grow. Transfer it over to your checking account when you need to spend it, and it'll be available for you almost immediately. But you gain that appreciation that gold has gotten you along the way. So that's what I really love, what I get to do, and my favorite part of 7K. And again, like most people have said, I would say, who is 7K for? It's for everybody. Why wouldn't you want to be a member? Why wouldn't you want to have this kind of resource? Everyone should have this kind of an account where they can build their savings and put money away in a proven commodity that's done well for so long. So we hope you enjoy that. Giddy up.